Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talksport on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. Yes, we just came out from a very competitive weekend, where lots of competitions were played, from the Premier League, Nigerian Professional Football League, and the Para-Olympics going on currently in Egypt, and where Nigeria has been flying the green, white, green flag very, very high. And also today we'll be expecting to know who the Super Eagles will be facing for the 2026 African Cup of All Nations that is set to begin December 12th, thereabout, this year, 2024, all through January, I think the 18th, 2026. So we'll be looking at all of those aspects. We'll be having conversations around the games that were played this weekend from the local league, that's Nigerian Professional Football League, and then also having a conversation around Neymar wanting to go back to his boyhood club after performing so very much in the European and international stage. Like always, we'll be starting from the home front, but I'm not alone. Today in the studio, I've got Olariwaju Jesse, who is a sport analyst, who will be helping us have the conversations today. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
Yes, I know you're smiling. You have so much to say. We started talking earlier on, but we'll just get into it as the show continues. So let's start from the whole front. Something very, very interesting happening here. Bolaji claims gold at the International Para-Olympic Para-Badminton Tournament. Yes, the Paralympic bronze medalist Eniola Bolaji has clinched her name in the history once again by securing a gold at the Egypt Para-Badminton International 2025 League. In a commanding performance, Bolaji defeated Sweden's Harvel Salomonsen 2-0, that is playing 21-1 and 21-2 in the women's SL3 final, underscoring her dominance in the event. The African champion also showcased her powers throughout the tournament, overcoming Shashide Muhammad 21-7 and 21-2. Basman Nasbili Fauzi also she defeated at 21-6 and 21-4, and Elizabeth Puma, who she also defeated at 21-2 and 21-4, with a straight set victories in the earlier rounds. According to the Badminton World Federation, Bolaji has competed in 10 international competitions over the past 2 years, emerging victorious in all. And remarkable feat, her remarkable feat that sent her comment and has forced her to be a force to be reckoned with in the badminton presidency, in the badminton game rather, I beg your pardon. The president of the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Obiora, celebrated Bolaji's achievements, highlighting its significance for Nigerian sports. Looking at Bolaji now, Bolaji has been superb and, doing so much, in the All-African Games. Last year, she came in at the 3rd position with a bronze medal in the games, and now she has played in international games, 10 international games, and then beating her opponents, blue-black. Nobody has scored up to 10 points against Bolaji. How surprising is that to you?
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
As you can see, she loved this color in the 21. She just everybody 21. That's the flawless victory.
Yes.
Kudos to her. She built on where she stopped last at the African Cup of Nations.
Yes.
At the African Paralympic.
Yes.
Sports.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to her. So kudos to her. Kudos to the team.
And badminton at large in Nigeria now is something, it's something Nigerians are beginning to get adapted to. We are all basically known for football, and then now we've started seeing diversification into other sporting events and activities. So this is super interesting, and kudos to her flying the Nigerian flag up there in Egypt, and we are super excited. And then congratulations to her. This boils down to what Shehu Diko was saying about making sure that the grassroots is well organized, so that when you go internationally, you will be able to perform at this higher, at this level of momentum. Let's move away from badminton. Let's talk Romeo Stars extend their Nigerian Professional Football League after a win against Aqua United. Romeo Stars have extended their lead at the top off the 2024-2025 Nigerian Professional Football League table by 5 points after securing a hard-fought 2-1 victory over the 2021 champions Akwa United at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. The Ekene side fought back from a one goal down win from the game, but with 2 seconds left in the second half from Samuel Akinde and midfielder Ade Dayo Olamilekun, Akwa United had taken the lead as earlier as the 6th minute of the game through Uche Sebastian, but the away side, pledged back in the 74th minute before drilling another blow on the Akwa United's delegation's battle with the winner in 10 minutes time. The March Day 20 game offered a new chance for both clubs to turn up their style, having been refreshed during the mid-season break, but the hosts seem not to have put their troubles behind them this season. Akwa United, we saw how they came in with guns firing and then winning all through 2021, and then I think that season they won the league with about 10 points, if my memory serves me right. That was in 2021. They were a very strong force to reckon with, represented us in CAF that same year, but they didn't scale through. They dropped out after the group stage. Looking at it now, Romeo Stars at this point, this is the second stanza of the Nigerian Professional League, and then 5 points clear. How well do you think they can continue with this momentum? Can they be a Liverpool of Nigeria?
Kudos to Remo Stars.
Yes.
Remo Stars have been doing exceptionally well. Coming into the league last season, beating other people. As you can see now, beating the champion, coming back from a good down. That's not an easy feat. You understand? A good second half from them, getting 2 goals. Football is all about 90 minutes. 90 minutes, and they show their strength in the second half, coming back from a good down and in a way, it's not easy to go to Oka to go and beat them.
Yes, actually, going to Akwa Ibom, we have to beat, like Godswill Akpabio Stadium. This is the stadium where these guys literally train and do everything. So they are supposed to be accustomed. Okay, it showed that they are accustomed to the pitch, scoring the first 6 minutes, but maintaining it now was not a problem. Do you think like they need to be overhauling? We've not seen Akwa United of recent, purchase players. Do you think they need to be an overhauling of the team? I mean, letting some players go and getting fresh legs to help with the synergy. Do you think that's where Akwa United are facing now?
Well, in a team, in a football team, once you have a football team and after a season, you see some of players are not firing well, you need to bring in 1 or 2 players to boost the morale of the team, 1 or 2 signings.
Yes.
So I believe that's what I feel they need.
At this point.
Need to get like it's a player like another winger and another attacker to fire and defender. And now more games now they traveled back, but they are out of the tournament. So they need to just focus.
Still relegation,
the second we are going into the second half of the
league already
now. So then I believe they'll do better then.
Hopefully they should be able to do better, because if they don't do better, relegation is where they'll find themselves. Maybe they will just go back to the NNL and then get themselves ready and come back.
I don't think they will get relegated. I don't think they will get relegated because they have the firepower. You just need the spark. Win 1 game, 2 games, you bid on it. That's what you just need.
Like I agree with you on that. They need a spark. They just need something that will boost their morale high again. Now let's move away and then talk about the Super Eagles, where the Super Eagles would be knowing their foes today. The 3-time champions, Nigeria will know their opponents for the 2025 African Cup of All Nations today, as the Confederation of African Football conducts the draw in Morocco. All of that will be happening today. The 2025 tournament will also be played in North Africa, a North African country, from December 21st to January the 18th, 2026. Currently ranked as the 5th best team in Africa, the Super Eagles are in Port 1 for the draw ceremony along with 7-time winners, Egypt, 3 times champion, and the cup holders, Ivory Coast, 2-time winners, Algeria, host and 1976 champions, Morocco, and 2021 winners, Senegal. By the seeding, it means that the Super Eagles will avoid any of the teams in the group stage but could face tough oppositions from Pot 2, which includes Cameroon, Mali, Tunisia, South Africa, the Republic of Congo, Burkina Faso. And according to the Nigerian Football Federation, new Super Eagles head coach Eric Chale and team administrator Dayo Enebe, alongside the chairman of Nigerian Football Federation and Technical Development Committee, Sharif Iwan, will attend the colorful ceremony in the heart of Morocco's administrative capital, Rabat. So, looking at this now, what are you expecting from this draw?
Well, as you know, Super Eagles,
yes,
we expect any team. I believe we are capable of winning anything. And if you look at the pot 2, with Mali, Burkina Faso, DR Congo, all those teams, they are teams we can win.
Yeah,
you understand. So
now I think that's, sometimes now we've seen where the Super Eagles don't take most of these teams seriously, and now Mr. Eric, now his job is beginning to cut out for him, because obviously today we would know when the qualifying stages will be announced. So what do you think there will be any switch that he will kind of make with the Super Eagles team, looking at our current squad?
No, I don't think there's a lot of switch you need, because if you look at the top players in Super Eagles now, they are playing in Europe.
Yes,
they are the same players you bring in. You just need to invite 1 or 2 players to fit in, and home-based players to harmonize the team together. Same as Europe, we have a lot of talents too, and I believe Eric Chale is accustomed to African football playing pattern. Playing pattern. He coach Mali team. So I don't think the job is going to be very difficult for him, and I don't think we need to be scared. We just need to show our dominant force as Nigerian
and just be all
Super Eagles. Yes. So hopefully we'll see the draw today. Anybody we build from it.
Okay, we hope for that draw. Well, the draw is not even the problem as it speaks right now. It's just the mentality of how these players tend to approach. I know lots of hearts were broken the last time. Like, we were so close, and then Africa's, just took the food away from our mouths. But we are hoping to see that a change would happen. We're going to Morocco, and we hope to see something nice. Now, there's a lawsuit going on, talking about defamation and all of that. Victor Osimhen, if you know, Victor Osimhen has sued the Turkish journalist for defamation. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has taken legal action against the Turkish journalist who accused him of assaulting him at an African restaurant 2 weeks ago. With the hearing expected to start today, the on loan Napoli man has been enjoying a new lease of life in Turkey, in the Turkish Super League, leading Galatasaray's charge in the Turkish top flight and the UEFA Europa League with goals and assists, until he was entangled in the controversy with a journalist last week. A Turkish journalist named Tongal Bonzman recently accused Osimhen of assaulting him when he tried taking pictures of the Super Eagles star after Galatasaray's 3-3 draw against Diamond Kiev 2 weeks ago. The striker has since denied the allegation and also sued for defamation of character. This has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and then Victor Osimhen reacting this way and suing. Do you think that's too much?
It's not too much, because if he did not react this way, it will keep coming up.
Okay.
You understand? This is a private time. This is different from him being on the football pitch. Playing football. If he's on the football pitch, paparazzi, you could take him pictures, you could do anything. But this is his private time. You taking picture, you're disclosing his location. You understand? His safety. And he is a superstar. You understand? He's a superstar.
Yes.
So what Osimhen did was nothing. He just asked him to delete the picture from his camera. It's the right thing to do, because it's not his consent. There was no consent.
There was no consent.
Because anything you have to do here, there should be consent. And there was no consent. So he needed it to delete the picture, and he did that. So now he was not spreading rumors about what happened. So I believe this is the right step. So because if you not do it, other journalists, other paparazzi will keep on doing this. And you know, you have to guide yourself.
You know, one thing with Victor Osimhen is always vocal, just like the incident that happened between
he spoke, yeah.
You know, just like the incident that happened between him and Finidi George, and when Finidi George was the coach of the Super Eagles, saying he's not going to beg any player to come play for the Super Eagles. This is almost like the same.
He's an outspoken person.
Yes, he's just going to say
natural. You understand? Because you can't just keep spreading rumors. His image. And he's keeping a good image in Galatasaray, in Turkey now. So you need to keep up that
winning games, taking care of his job, leading in goals and assists for the team.
Please allow his private time. Give him his private time.
At least let him go and eat his African food.
You understand? Even he's in the stadium, you could not take pictures, you could do anything. Training ground, you could do that. In training ground, you still need consent. You understand? From the club.
If you don't get permission to come in, you can't
need
even
those permissions. So I think this is the right move for him. And hopefully, I know he's going to win.
All right. There is an interesting thing going on. Goal Feast, fresh from his recovery from an injury that kept him out for 6 games. Samuel Chukwueze came off the bench to score a late winner for AC Milan in their hard-fought 3-2 victory win over Panama at the Stadio Giuseppe Mazzane. After leveling the game twice, the Brazilian needed the Nigerian winger to secure the win as he was introduced into the game in the 57th minute, replacing Yusuf Fofana. The 25-year-old capitalized in the Panama box, nodding the ball home for his second Serie A goal of the season. That goal was enough to help AC Milan run out 3-2 winners as they won their first Serie A home game with Corinthians as their new coach. It was also Samuel Chukwueze's first Serie A goal since October 2024 when he scored against Udinese. Looking at him now, coming back from an injury and getting a goal off the bench, how well does this boost a player's momentum?
Well, as a footballer, these are the times you love. These are the memories you keep. Because scoring the winning goal, you understand, winning goal is not easy. And coming back from an injury after 6 games and scoring the goals and under a new coach, because there's a reason why they brought him into the team to score goals. This is why he's there. This is why Chukwueze is there. So it's a good one for him. I love the mentality from him. You understand, the fighting spirit. The game was nice. When he came into the game, it changed the momentum of the game, and that's why he was there. That's why he's there. So kudos to him. I hope.
What can you tell us about Samuel's positioning, that Samuel Chukwueze's positioning? You know, the goal he scored was a very, very technical goal. How do you think someone of his size and stature, how do you think he was able to manage all of that?
That is training.
Okay.
Yes, that is training. I believe as an attacker, you have to learn different dimension of your game, and that's a different type of game now, because football is evolving, so you need to evolve along with the game. So, and you can see his compatriot Osimhen, any football at the air, you understand. So that's a good one.
Osimhen, Victor Boniface. You know, the squad is actually, you know, these guys are actually playing super well, like leading the pack for their team, and then being team leaders. So now we expect the same thing to happen, you know, under the same coach, like the Super Eagles coach, Mr. Eric. Now we're hoping that we'll be able to see and not be at the mercy of any team, praying for them to lose so that we can qualify.
If you watch the African Nations Cup, you've watched the team, you see a very good different kind of football than what we have been seeing long time. So with time, and these players now, good thing is all of them, they are friends. And they have been in the team for a couple of time, you understand? So you need those players to gel. It's not about just playing football. You should be reading. So now with time, I feel this chemistry. So with time now, they are reading in their game, they are scoring. So building from what they are doing in Europe, bringing it back to our home front, that's Super Eagles. I expect them, that's the work for Eric Child now, to know how to use them, the pattern, yes, you understand, the positioning, because it's very important, and our formation, because if you watch African football, sometimes we don't have those tactical formation.
Yeah.
But that's where those European teams they edge us in a way because we need this tactical formation. It's not all about strength. It's not about there are time you need mental tacticalness to build the game, to win the game. So we need that in African and in Super Eagles. And if you watch our players too, tactically, as Chikwueze, what the goal as he said, that's
a tactical,
you understand?
It wasn't just any kind of blue heading of the game.
So you have to be exceptional. So you just need to build from all these, bring it to the Super Eagles. Because I really want us to know the African population.
Yes, with Austin Bravo, we saw when Stanley Wabali, the Super Eagles built from behind. Instead of the normal, long ball and all. Yes,
the ball will turn back to understand.
Yes,
run like for 5 minutes. With the ball.
Yeah,
you are exhausting your strength. You're chasing. You understand? So you need to keep the ball because if you hold the ball more, the more you hold the football, the more you dictate the play, the more you play football. You understand? The opponent will be the one chasing the game. You'll be the one dictating the game to them. Now you know the pattern, the formation you want to use, the approach to the game to bring goals and win the game. So.
Okay. Yeah, we just hope that with all of this and then how well our players are doing and how fit they are is also going to reflect when time for the qualifiers begins, maybe in a couple of months. But we'll find out that data today when the draw happens in Morocco. Now let's talk about transfers. Now Monaco, they have been very, very keen on signing Wilfred Ndidi. The 8-time French League One winners, AS Monaco, have continued their pursuit for Super Eagles and Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, despite Van Nistelrooy stands on his future at the King's Power Stadium. Despite being injured, the 20-year-old have been generating transfer interest. He's last played for Leicester in their 2-2 draw against Brighton and Albion in the first week of December. He was withdrawn from the 52nd minute after suffering a hamstring injury. As per French outlets, AS Monaco are keen to securing the service of the Nigerian international and want to complete the move as soon as possible. Looking at Wilfred Ndidi, AS Monaco rather, they've been on his case since I think 2023 rather. They've been on his case since 2023. Why do you think he can get in at Monaco?
Ndidi is a very good player, very good defensive player, intelligent player on the ball. Everybody wants that kind of player because he brings stability to your team. Yes, there's this sense of cover in your team when you have him there. He marks, he help the defense, he help the attack, this connection. And as you can see, Leicester, he has been doing so good, he has been doing exceptionally well. That's why Van Nistelrooy don't want to leave it because you don't want that kind of player to leave your team. So I understand why Monaco is after him because he's going to bring a different team to their team, and Monaco are a very good team. They're playing.
Yeah, I think they're topping their league now.
Yes,
the League One.
Yes, and you should know Monaco have bring the likes of good players, Mbappe, Bernardo Silva.
So they know our very own person even played. JJ Okocha even played in Monaco at some point.
So they know this philosophy of football is there. So then they have this winning mentality. So I believe if Ndidi needs a change, you could take a change. You could go for a change, try another atmosphere, do like his compatriots.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah. Looking at it now, Ndidi has been in Leicester for like a reasonable amount of time, and Van Nistelrooy, when he was playing as a player in Manchester United, he loves playing with blacks. He's almost like he's almost like Mourinho. We all know that Mourinho loves black players, and he would definitely want them mostly in the midfield, that standing for position. We saw it when he had to even convert Mikel Obi to play number 4 position in Chelsea when he was managing Chelsea. We saw how the pairing of Michael Essien and John Mikel Obi those years in Chelsea, I could remember how locked that midfield always is. So I think that's the same pattern that Van Nistelrooy is looking out for, because the mixture now with Wilfred Ndidi in the midfield. That's standing for position.
There's not a lot of defensive midfielder like Wilfred Ndidi.
Yes, true, in the Premier League.
In the Premier League.
Yes.
You understand? And even in Europe, because defensive midfield is a very integral part of every team, of every system. You could look at City after losing Rodri. You understand?
There's a problem.
I remember Liverpool had this kind of
when Robinson wasn't around.
Yeah, you need the DM to stabilize the game. The Sergio Busquets kind. You understand? The Casemiro time, the Alonso time. You have this kind of stability that okay, if I attack, these people are there to win the ball. These people are there to give me this pass. When not thinking too much when needed. You understand? So that's what he brings to his game. So I understand why the coach wants to keep him. And you know now they're challenging. They don't want to go to relegation. So you need his team. You need all his players back. And generally they are not signing a lot of players this January.
Yes, that's true. What is even like the transfer window is just
the transfer window is just there.
It's just there.
I believe.
And we've not seen any big move that has happened.
Yeah, everybody are looking forward to the summer. Because there are a lot of tournaments now, and everybody are trying to keep their players, and a lot of injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries this year.
Consistent injuries. Everybody are trying to manage their team and the wages. You know, everybody are trying to just balance
everything because of the investigations going on. No team wants to fall.
And some players don't want to leave. So if you want this player to leave, you have to pay that money. And everybody now, the money demands are so high, 50, 60 upwards. So people prefer you living as a free agent than they're spending a lot of money to buy. They believe they're okay, we'll pay this your wage. Believe to pay your wage and paying the club and also paying you. You understand this? So I believe people are waiting for summer to see how their contracts. A lot of players now
contracts will expire.
They are not renewing their contracts. They are watching how it is. Wages, people are trying to increase their wages, trying to move. So I believe it's time. If it's a good opportunity, this is a good opportunity for
him to move.
He should move, try different football, different atmosphere. And French is a good place.
Yeah, French is actually a good place. He's coming from the Premier League, which is very tough, like a very, very strong place. So going the French League too is also another tough place.
Easily fit in.
So I think he's going to fit in. He's going to fit in properly. All right, that's that from Wilfred Ndidi, and we hope he makes his decision, though still 28, injured, and just hope he fits in. That's if comeback really fit. Yes, that's another thing. Looking at his age. Let's move on. Neymar sets to return to his boyhood club. The Brazilian and Al Hilal superstar Neymar Jr. is closing in on a return to his boyhood club. Information which knows that Neymar contracts with Al Hilal will likely be terminated, but the final details are still being negotiated according to the report we obtained. So, looking at this, and this was said by Neymar to return to Santos now imminent as verbal agreement has been reached from formal steps to follow this week for the final formula of the deal from Al Hilal and the contracts to be checked. Neymar already said yes to the move, and then he is ready to move back to his boyhood club. What is this about Brazilians, and after everything, after going everywhere, they still come back to their local league? How well do you think this is impacting all of these moves? We saw Cristiano Ronaldo did it, we saw Kaká did it, I think Robinho also did it. Now we are seeing Neymar going back home to play in the Brazilian league. How well do you think this is impacting, the league in Brazil?
Well, it's a good thing going back home after a luxurious life. not really luxurious, not like football, because they have won everything. Brazilians, they are known for this, their ability, good football, intelligent players, skillful and all. So I feel going back, going back to Santos now is like home
for him.
Because if you look at these other players, they are home. That's why you don't see all those players going back to England, going back to France. They feel home. But these guys, they have lived their family, lived a lot, and Brazilian league is a very good league. The intensity of Brazilian league is high.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going back to a lower league. No, you're still going back to play competitive football. You understand? Because all the old team, and Santos too is a very good team now in Brazil. We have the Flamengo. We have a lot of good teams in Brazil right now playing. So him going back is a good thing for him, because with his injury, he knows where he could manage his time. I can't say time is up for him. Actually, I know he has a lot, he still has potential, but if time is up, it's a good place to go home and enjoy your football, still get your wage, because there's not a lot of clubs now that can pay Neymar's wage, you know, his wage, and not playing in Aguilar. Now he played like two games for him, and you know how much he's collecting a lot of money. So keeping those kind of players on your team, wage structure, and other players not playing, because football at the end of it is business.
It's business.
At the end of it is business.
At the end of it is actually business
right now.
Okay, we'll be going on a quick break, and then when we return back, we'll be having a conversation around what Ruben Amorim said regarding to Marcus Rashford. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back. Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Now, let's get right into it. This conversation is very interesting and it's funny at the same time. Ruben Amorim, that's the head coach of Manchester United, claims he would rather play his 63-year-old goalkeeper coach than play Marcus Rashford. Some persons reacted that that's below the belt, but I'm not a Manchester United fan. Some fans have actually agreed with this, that okay, based on what the coach is saying, they agree with, you know, his decision. But let me bring you up to speed with the reasons why Ruben Amorim had to say what he said. Ruben Amorim has aimed at astonishing dig at Marcus Rashford, saying he would rather play his 63-year-old goalkeeper coach George Vattel than the unsettled Manchester United star. Rashford hasn't appeared for the last 11 games, aimed uncertainty over his future at the Old Trafford as talks continues over a loan move to Borussia Dortmund or Barcelona. Amorim asked Rashford from his squad for Manchester Derby last month over his attitude in training, and the United boss confirmed that he's still the reason for the 27-year-old absence. The Manchester United star has been absent for even Euro, and then when we witnessed when the coach mentioned that he's going to bring players that only performed well in their club side before coming to play in the normal European league that was played maybe last year. Now, what's your reaction to this statement by the head coach? If you were a coach, I know you're a player, but if you were a coach with Marcus Rashford's attitude and approach towards the game, do you think you can play him?
Marcus Rashford is a very good player.
No doubt. You are not taking that away from him.
Yes, we should give him that respect. He's a very good player.
Okay.
He has tried the game of football. He has been playing well. and he used the word unsettled. Unsettled can be a lot of things. You understand?
His feelings.
And yes, a lot of things, and it's football now. I feel it's just his mentality that dropped.
Okay.
I feel it's just mentality that dropped. It's just, and coach believing in him. I felt when Amory comes in, he will give him that opportunity. But he have seen the last time we discussed. He have seen, okay, these are the kind of players I need to ask away from the team. Moving on, these are the team. These are the kind of things I need. This player will suit my style of play. This player, because he need more of the runners, and running is not actually Rashford's ability right now. It is injury. Is in his younger age he was doing that.
Yeah, he was running, he was moving, he breaks defenders. Yeah, but now,
after the injury and the injury time, coming back, building on it, scoring, go back, injury. So it affects his mentality. We have seen a lot of footballers. This is not Marcus Rashford is not the first footballer to be like this. Okay. So that's why I said he needs time to move on. And Amorim using that statement is, I feel, me personally, is a disrespect to him, comparing a 63-year-old goalkeeper coach to a striker that you rather play because it's unsettled. I believe there are the choice of words you could use. Yes, the choice of words. But I believe that's what suits him, and he's the head coach of the team, so he sees more mind, so he knows more. I believe
he gets first-hand info, weaknesses, attitude, and all of
everything.
Do you think Marcus Rashford is not doing enough to like step up to be a team leader? Looking at the younger guys, you know, Manchester United has a fairly younger team that are looking up to the likes of, you know, Bruno Fernandes and the others, and the likes of Rashford as well. So do you think that, you know, he's not stepping up that much? That's why Ruben Amorim is actually, you know, using comments like this to say he would rather play a 63-year-old coach.
It's not a matter of stepping up, because they are not.
There's nothing to even step up.
Yes, they're not giving him the opportunity. He has been asked out. When you are not welcome, you cannot be there. In the team, during the training, maybe he's not welcome. If he's doing his tactical training, I believe Rashford will be the part of the players that will be aside. You pick your first level, do this. He's not involved in the game. He's not involved in the training. He's not involved. So you not expect this kind of player to give you all. They are humans. You understand?
So from what you're saying now, you mean Marcus Rashford should just go to either Borussia Dortmund or Barcelona?
There's no support. There's no support anymore. Where you're not welcome, when you see you're not welcome, you should know that, okay, you need to leave. You understand? And he has tried, and I believe he knows he needs to leave, but wages and all affecting the game.
It's still under concern.
Dortmund is on it, Barcelona, and you know Barcelona wage, Barcelona need to sell, to buy. But so everything is affecting him right now, with the coach not giving him support. Players too, I know some kind of players, I don't believe, I'm not there, but I know this support
needs to come.
It needs to come. The kind of players you need this support. And there are some coaches, they are good in man management, player management, some one-on-one interaction. They know how to build confidence. There are some coach from their text message, you are motivated. So it's different. So those approaches are different.
Did you watch the Chelsea-Manchester City game? Of course you watched it, and yes, it happened. We lost. So Chelsea lost.
The better team won.
Yes, the better team won. Looking at this new signing, I can't really pinpoint his name.
Mamouche.
Yes, Mamouche. Yes, and then the other defensive the defender who Pakistan. From Pakistan. You saw it was Uzbekistan. Yes, you saw the error that he did that led to the goal. So did you see what happened? You were talking about man management. Pep Guardiola had to talk to him. He spoke to him, and then he still made some crucial saves. And then he looks like this kind of defender that calms the game down. I think what led to that error was the fact that he was trying to calm the game down and then thinking indecision.
Indecision. That's welcome to Premier League. That's welcome to Premier League. The intensity of Premier League is different. You need to think fast 2 times. faster than your opponents.
Yes.
Yes,
Because any slight mistake,
they are there to pick up those chances. They are not far from you. They are close to you. You understand? That's why it's just the intensity of the game. It's a very good welcome to Premier League game. That's why Guardiola knew, okay, I need to remove him now to settle down. But those kind of games, I believe you just want to give him the treat of the game. Oh yeah, have a feel of it.
And again, it's Chelsea. And he knows Chelsea wants to come out with their firepower.
And Guardiola, after the game, he said something. There was communication barrier. Because he needs to speak Russia. You understand? He needs to speak Russian to communicate with him. Because you understand, and he does not speak. It's a communication too. So you just need time to like just get into the flow and Amush, the other signing.
That guy is a problem.
Yes, I knew him from Frankfurt.
Yes,
he has been playing exceptionally well, and same as Egypt. You know, we have the Mo Salah. He's at the other side of the wing. Yes, so he's a very good player. He's an exciting player, I should say.
Actually, he's actually an exciting player. I watched the match. So let's look at Man City now. They are now in the number 4 position. And we know what happens when they get to this point. What do you think would happen in the next couple of matches that we're playing now? You know,
Man City,
yes,
they are a team. I told you the overall time. Don't sleep on them.
Don't sleep on them because now they're from the 7th position automatically. Now we've seen them. They're on the 7th.
But as you know, City, they're not supposed to be in this kind of position
at this point. You know,
but
aside the injury,
after the game, yes, it happens. You cannot be at your top level every time of the year, every time. So it happens. So now with their games and the run of games now, they're playing Arsenal this weekend. After Arsenal,
I think they even have
Newcastle. Like the runs of games now are like the top 6. They play like virtually top 6 in their next 4-5 games. So this is a defining factor for them, defining moment for them to know maybe they can build on it, because people they are playing are people close to you or above you. So you need to win them. You need to get those points. And you know, City, those games when you expect they will not win, they will just come up because of the kind of squad they have, the good players and all. And
how essential do you think Jones will be for that defense line now? Because you know the midfield it's not all that yet. Manchester City in midfield is not all that yet. But how effective do you think Jones is going to be? Stones rather. Stones is going to be.
Stones, well, you know, last time, Guardiola was trying to try a pattern. You understand? You know, this man, he thinks too much. He thinks too much. Try to experiment this, experiment that. So if it works for him, if Stones can be fit, because Stones have not been fit for a very long time.
Because when he came in for, you know, the Russian guy that caused the mistake, I think he was able to manage.
Yes,
he looked to work. He worked for. He worked a little bit.
Player.
Yes,
he's a very good defender. So the ability for him to play in midfield, you know how intelligent he is. Because it's not all players that can play midfield. Because there's a lot that entails in playing in midfield. So him bringing him in, he knew he needs to bring him. The guy was not supposed to start. Normal. That's when Guardiola overthinks starting him his first game, starting against Chelsea. I understand. He had like 2-3 days training to play. It's not like he has been training with them a lot. And Stones have been. I feel he's just trying to manage Stones. Stones is trying to manage him.
And see what happens.
Use him. So bringing him is good if he can just stay fit.
Okay, let's come back to Manchester United. They won Fulham 1-0, and then luckily Toby was able to like clear out a line goal. I think around 8 minutes thereabout. So
recoiler.
Do you think Manchester United are consistent with their style of play? So, do you even think they do well? They played well yesterday.
They tried. They were lucky to go with the 1-0 after the goal line clearance from Toby Coyler. Good game from the lads. Anytime he comes in,
21-year-old,
he performed. You know, he understood the system. He know what it takes. And every player wants to win a shirt, so he needs to
playing time
in the team. So that's a good one for him. That's it because then that's 1-1.
Yes.
And Fulham and uniform is very dangerous team. Even with the 1-0, they were still pressing, they were still looking for counters, looking for long balls, they were still trying to win games, you understand? So that's a very good one from them. But that consistency now, they need to be consistent. That's one thing about Man United. Showed a very long time they are not consistent. They are not always consistent in their game. So after winning this game, going to the next game you need 3 points. Going to the next game you beat from that.
Yes. They win one, they draw one, they lose like 3, and then they now draw one and then come back to win.
Score one goal, hat-trick, celebrate games, move on.
I saw Nana looking like he was in a no man's land when that ball was about going in, but he was lucky. He had to be by the back line to cover.
Kind of players at those kind of positions.
Yes. Well, that's a good one. So let's move away from Manchester United. Let's talk about Tottenham, who lost at home to Leicester City. Pressure grows on Ange Postecoglou as Spurs loses their 4th straight game in a row. With every tiny glimmer of hope be in progress, one of the cups or someone's future from injury, there comes a result in the Premier League to deepen the gloom for Ange Postecoglou. The last time, a miserable defeat at Everton against a team who had forgotten how to score. Now, this time, beaten at home by a team who had forgotten how to win or even draw. Wow. After the win at Anfield, hope destroyed once again, and the home crowd turning on the chairman, Daniel Levy, with a strong boos at the final whistle. Choruses of protest song building through the second half, and banner held up at the end of the stadium emptied, demanding change. Looking at Tottenham now, for the past 24 years, they've had, like, I think, 16 managers, and then one trophy, and then one trophy. So looking at it now for over 2 decades, like, they've been changing managers. But now, what do you think is the problem? We saw them this season. They started off well. At some point they even were, I think, topping the Premier League log, and now we are seeing them, almost going down to relegation. What do you think is the problem? Do you think it's the coach, the owner, or the playing pattern of the entire team?
The coach is not the problem. The players, I don't feel.
They're suffering lots of injuries.
Yes, that's why I say the players are not the problem. But it boils down to the technical, the technical team, so keeping those players fit too. But now the system. Daniel Levy, Tottenham. It's every coach that comes. They have this particular complaint. They're not spending a lot. They say they are best players. You understand? There's no winning mentality in the team. They're just this business guys. Business football. You understand? So I believe they need a change from the sporting director.
That is changing mentality.
Everything about it needs to. It's 2 decades, and they're always in the top flight game. They are always almost. Just there in London, they're just whipping them. Sometimes they try, they come up, they expect a lot. Their players tend to leave. After leaving, they win trophies. In their
different leagues. We see how in
Premier League.
Yeah, in Premier League, even the ones that go to
the Walker
movement.
Walker was their player.
Yeah,
same as a lot of players have left. They went to go and win trophy in another team. It's all about trophy. It's all about money. It's not like they are paying with their paying structure is high. Okay, I'm collecting the money. I'm okay with the money. Even though I'm not winning trophy, I'm okay. It's not like it's like that in Tottenham Hotspur. So a lot of their wage structure is not high compared to City, Man U, the likes of Chelsea.
Yeah,
those clubs. Even
I think they're on the same. Their paying wages, I think, is on the same level with currently Everton, Bournemouth, all those.
That's why those people are paying well. So you need something to boost those players' morale.
Yeah,
paying. You understand, and the team too. How do you coaches? Like the closest coach, the person Jose Mourinho was the closest person to give them a trophy.
The trophy, yes.
2 days before the final, they sacked him. That's not an ambitious club for me because you are closed. no matter how what is going on between you and Jose Mourinho or system, okay, it's paying for
your
it,
job.
but you have qualified you to this final. Allow him to play the final. You don't know
if you would get
he
you the
would,
trophy.
yeah, but he played, the final. You could say he could know, maybe he played, the final. So what, the outcome of it. So
Yes.
let's see. But I feel there's a change. They need change. They need change overhauling from the technical director,
from the top all the way down.
The owner, if possible. If you
Maybe
want
under
change,
different person.
yeah, if you want change, there should be a drastic measures to change.
Yeah. Okay, that's how much time will permit us to take on today's edition of Talksport. Jesse, thank you so very much for,
A pleasure.
for being the hero.
A pleasure. It's good to talk sport.
Yeah, so that's how much time will permit us to take. We'll see you again as we bring you more updates on sports globally. My name is Samuel Odi. I want to say a very big thank you to the entire production team for making today's production seamless. I'll see you again as we talk sports. Bye for now.